Well, I guess you guys know what's going to happen now. And yes, this is really going to happen. Let's take this weird looking bike into meet test track. Now, I've been riding with the guys from Honda Spirit. Go like their Facebook page, the link is in the description. They're actually behind me, so I don't have anyone in front of me, so I can film normally. So I should be trying to pace myself to them, but nope. I'd really like to overtake this van quickly. Oh good, it's stopping. 3, 2, 1. So far I've been warming up the tires, because last time when I felt uneasy on it was most likely due to cold tires. And the first few turns on this one today were exactly the same. Felt weird, but now it's back to feeling normal. So let's see how this goes. I've been told it scrapes the foot pegs really easily because the floorboards are really low. Then again, if I crash it, I'm going to have an excuse to have to buy it. No, that's not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen. So when I am going to really go for it is up ahead. The Vultus and the Twisties. Considering it is an Integra, cornering stability is, as is to be expected, really nice. This big fat tire, it feels even more planted. And this weird riding position makes you feel as if you're leaning like twice as much. So it's not its cup of tea, but it is fun. It's not the fastest bike on the twisties, but man, I'm having fun. And with not that much power and a big fat tire, you can just roll throttle whenever you want to, and you know you're not going to lose traction. Look. Sim, fica aí no meio da estrada. That's a smart biker. Let's just put my bike in the middle of the road and stand there in the middle of a turn. Wow. Yeah, this, you can use this for decent twisties. It feels really stable, look. And it feels good. It's not really a leaning machine, you can't quite go hanging off, because that would be completely ridiculous, and there's a rock here. But it works, and it is fun. It is fun to go, even though I'm always afraid of actually touching down, because the floorboards get really close to the ground. Really close. I feel I'm almost next to scraping my boot on the floor. That's a bit unnerving. Yeah, it is silky smooth. It's not exciting or sporty like the CBR, the XJ6, the MT-09, so you're not going, Aah! But you're having fun, okay? It's a more kind of sedate fun, but it is a lot of fun. I was enjoying myself all the way up, so this is a proper bike. This is a bike that actually works, okay? It's not just for looks and then it's undrivable. No, you saw me leaning, actually leaning. And although it's not that fast, because I couldn't lean that much over or else I'd be scraping ground, so it does have its limits. If you try to follow an R6 through the twisties, you might have some issues. But if you go at your own pace, there's not much of a problem. And since it is the same thing as the Integra or my NC700, it has a super low center of gravity. This one has an even lower because it's really low to the ground. It's like knee high, and thus it's super stable. Then again, it can be super stable, but what I'm going to do now is a bit harder to do. You have to really push, and you feel some resistance going up and going then back down. So on the highway, if you're trying to zigzag between cars on the highway, nah, this doesn't work. You have to plan ahead. It's like an oil tanker on the highway. Go like, I'm going there, and I'm going to change course to there. Then you don't turn left and right on the highway. You change course. Okay, but here in the twisties, well, that's not much of a factor at that time. Especially if it's long twisting bends. And why don't you just get out of the... Oh, because you're going to fall if you try to jump out of the way. On this, suspension's a bit stiff. Yeah, but it kind of works. It's not very nice though. Yeah. Okay, it's not definitely for this kind of roads. Oh, good lord. Oh, hang on, the other guy stopped. He stopped back there. Let's just wait for him a bit. So yeah, it's not for this kind of roads, but it is surprisingly nice to ride at slow speeds. Where is he? He's there. Now we're going to go up the hill again, all the way to the Cape. One thing I have to say, when I went into manual mode, which I'm going to do now, upshift is here, downshift is down here. Okay, thing is, with the upshift here, downshift here, indicators here and horn, when you get to a roundabout, there's a lot of stuff to do. It's downshift, indicate, and then indicate the other way for the exit, and upshift and downshift. You feel like you're going like you're typing. There's a lot of buttons to press. It's busy. But then again, if you're riding in town, you should really be on one of the automatic modes, not the manual one, not the earliest convenience, because this is stupid. And it is going to be I forgot I was in manual mode. So I got kind of stuck on the upshift. Okay, manual mode again. I was left wondering what happened. Yeah, I forgot manual mode. So, as you can see, it works pretty well. And it works sportily too. Not perfect, as I said, but it is a lot of fun. The riding position's awesome for this. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm just going to go into sport. Sorry. It's just too busy, and DCT works well enough that you don't really need to go like this, to go into manual. You can always override it if you want to, so. There's not much of a need for the manual mode, other than the red lights on the dash. Look at that! Look at the lineage and how comfy I am with it. Big fat tire at the rear looks great. May look weird on paper, 200 width tire on such a low power bike, but it works. Also, the extreme length between the wheels, because I think it is a lot longer than the NC700 and the 50 and the Integra, also gives it some extra stability. Then again, that comes at a cost of agility at higher speeds, but this is not built for higher speeds. This is built to be seen, and it also works here. And the guy in front is looking back going, whoa, what is that? I also got a small treat for you guys, because very soon, why are you braking? Very soon I'm going to go and try out the CBR 300R. So we are now approaching the end of the twisties, and I can say, definitely say, that this bike is approved, very much approved. It looks great, it rides pretty well, it even works in the twisties. Might just not work in traffic because it is too wide. These mirrors are going to be bumping everything. But other than filtering, it is just a completely standard, not standard, it's a very special bike, but it is a normal bike. It's not going to make you have to do weird stuff just to live with it. So you're going to live with it like you live with a completely normal bike, only it looks super cool and it's super comfy. God, this backrest is awesome. I'm just going to do a final walk around in the day, so you can actually look at the bike instead of that mess that it was the night walk around. Sorry about that. I am going to do it during the day, so you guys can actually look at the bike. Even though I actually do it here. Can I do it here? Maybe if I park it here, like so, and let these two go past. Oh, hello guys! That's what I'm going to try next. The CBR 300R. And left, right. Problems with this bike. Wind protection is stupid, because this windscreen shoots all air into your helmet and shoulders, and that's all air, and even pressurizes the air more than it should, so you actually get more wind blast than you'd be expecting. A cool mod for this would be, retarded as that may sound, actually removing the windscreen, because it's actually worse than having nothing. Either that or put a little deflector here up top, because I seriously doubt any company is going to make a custom wind deflector for this bike, because they're going to be extremely rare. But either you put one of those clip-on deflectors here, or you remove the windscreen, because this windscreen just does not work. Also, leg wind protection is non-existent, and so maybe some deflectors down below somehow get some of the wind out of your boots, because that can be at high speeds, above legal speeds, let's put it at that. It is uncomfortable, and you do have to press your feet down so they don't fly off. That's a bit uncomfortable, but then again, that's the part of the bike that's only for looks. Aerodynamically, looks. Mechanically, normal bike, and it works pretty damn well. And if you guys don't know, this is the pilgrimage spot for the Sunday riders. Sunday morning, every rider close that can ride or will ride will come here. I must cut quite a figure on the Vultus with the spikes on the helmet. Not that anyone cares about this, but the other guy who's been riding this all day, he says that one of the problems with this bike is actually not mileage but autonomy. The tank is tiny, so every 100 miles he has to fill up again, so that's annoying. But seriously, who cares? That's not the point. Actually, that's actually a plus. Gives you a chance to stop at the pumps and get everyone to look at you. If you're shy, this is not the bike for you. This is most definitely not the bike for you if you're shy. I brought my wife, brought Kajerina to look at this bike. She was going, oh, it's ugly. Oh my god, I can't believe you like that. It's so ugly. And then I sat on the bike and she saw the bike in person and she went like, yeah, this bike, yeah, that's you. This bike is you. And what is going on? Up, down, left, right, front, back. They're following me, but I made a mistake. I wanted to park there. How do I go to the access? I'm going to have to use the other access road. Or the other. I'm not sure which one to use here. I never know. Because I always go through this little rear access road here. I think is the way in, but I'm not really sure. So yeah, oh, bad pavement. This bike hates bad pavements. Really hates. It's not as bad as this PCX, but it is not its cup of tea, most definitely. It's not uncomfortable because the seat is nice, but it is very shaky. It is a very shaky bike for this. Let's just park in the middle, right about here. Here's cool. Those are the guys that lent me this, and they're awesome. Okay, so let's do the walkarounds. So this is the NM4 Vultus. I didn't do it in the daytime, and here are the weapon ports with a little recessed button here. It is quite deep. There's chocolate in there. Cool. And oh, there's the little rubbery thing to grab the tools. This side has a little lock and key, and the button also works to open it. It's a bit tinier, but it does have a 12-volt charger for lasers. I've shown you how this works. You stick in the key and it just flips up. Drive chain, 200 width tire at the rear, like so. Really fat. It's a fat tire. The exhaust is the same as the Integra, as you can see. It's got ABS, Nissan brakes, front ABS, single disc, just like the NC700. That's the brake and the floorboards. And the floorboards do have these little thingies, which are supposed to be tiny deflectors, but they're not really going to do much. Yeah, they're scraped. Look at that. I didn't lean it that far, but that's completely gone. Some journalist. This is a journalist bike for reviews, okay? So the journalists probably went scraping this all the way down. I can't do that. Not yet. But seriously, can you seriously tell me this bike is ugly? If you do, you need your eyes checked. Look at this. How cool is this? It just looks fantastic. It just looks bleeding fantastic. I love it. So, any rich guy want to give you one? Wow. I'd buy this one so fast if I could, in any way, shape or form, afford it. I would. I seriously would. Man, this bike looks great. And that's an 899 Panigale. Okay. This time that's it. Kid you out.